There's just 120 minutes to the show, and 120 minutes left to go.
Hi, this is John.
And John.
Of They Might Be Giants.
And you're watching the 120 Minutes 10th Anniversary Show.
Hi, I'm Matt Pinfield, and welcome to 120 Minutes, A Decade on the Edge. March marks the 10th anniversary of 120, and throughout this special celebration, we'll look back to March 10th of 1986 and all the great music and memories that have made 120 Minutes MTV's and America's premier showcase for alternative music video. But first, in order to understand 120 Minutes, it's important for you to understand where alternative music came from. We all know about Green Day, Alanis Morissette, and the Smashing Pumpkins, but here's a look back at some of the great alternative acts from the past who never made it to the mainstream, and a quick history of how it all started. Take a look.
As far as like music history, the Five are really important because they were one of the first bands who were mad, and they were about more than just let's go play some music and go get high.
We knew what we were doing, and we knew how different it was.
I think the record company wanted to put out a version of Kick Out the Jams, and they wanted to like delete Motherfucker, and they wouldn't do it, so I thought that was pretty punk.
I'm sick and tired of paying these dues, and I'm finally getting hit for the American blues.
We developed an idea and a way of playing that a lot of musicians have cited as an influence.
What punk music was in those days was the MC5 and the Stooges.
I love the Stooges. Iggy's, original band.
A lot of people at the time thought we were kind of joke, and they couldn't hear the sound. But you should be able to make something that has a vibe before you add the noise.
But now I wanna be your dog.
Iggy is the king of punk rock, he's the king of rock. If you take a short term of his career, the longevity of his career, call it alternative, call it punk rock. Iggy Pop's the greatest!
First Stooges album, second Funhouse and Raw Power were like, manifestos to us in the 70s.
Yeah, I remember first hearing Iggy Pop and the Stooges when I was still at school, I think, and just thinking what an outrageous noise he was making and how great he looked on the cover, And similarly with the Velvet Underground.
Standing on the corner.
Probably the Velvet Underground is a really good starting point as far as alternative goes.
Some of the emotional feelings that are being conveyed there I identify with in a tremendous way.
Velvet Underground is just a great combination of people, very exciting time. It was wonderful to be involved in the art world and have disparate things brought together, shake them up, and it came out rock and roll.
I feel like we initiated an exciting new form of music in 1974.
Actually, they didn't play none of my favorites on the radio. Ramones wasn't getting any airplay.
I always thought the Ramones were a great band, and I love the Sex Pistols.
I think the thing that made the Sex Pistols sound different was John Lydon. It was part of the punk thing that it didn't matter that you couldn't play.
To me, punk rock is doing what you want to do, regardless of anything else.
It was a movement with a nucleus, and it was people that had like emotional and passionate feelings about doing something that had never been done before, and about stretching boundaries and smashing down walls.
The punk scene and the new wave scene, musically, those are not really types of music, but
We only had one kind of dimension, really, and that was just to pour out our rage against everything. And I don't even know now what it was about, really, but it just seemed appropriate at the time.
The group has a sort of atmosphere that we're not really that acceptable, which is a good thing.
the time we started, a whole, uprising of young bands in America started up, like Minor Threat on the East Coast, and we had Black Flag on the West Coast. And they all created their own labels, such as SST and Discord, and Jello Biafra had Alternative Tentacles.
I went to my friend's house, and his sister and this other girl, Jennifer and Deborah, were like listening to this 7-inch. They were sitting down reading the lyrics, and they were trying to sing it as fast as the band was going. And they were like, Nazi Punks, Nazi Punks, Nazi Punks, God, Nazi Punks. And I was going, oh my God, what are they listening to? Holy shit. And they were like, wow, look at this, and it's the Dead Kennedys.
Could you never go? College radio is the place where we're first known. Outside of Athens, Georgia, yes. It's the only place where people actually have heard of us, colleges and stuff. And I just like them. They're a lot more fun. It's less professional and more kind of loose.
It was a wonderful feeling to have a clear-cut enemy back then. Every day we had, whatever, Quiet Riot or Night Ranger rammed down our throats, so it fueled us, it fueled the fury, so to speak, and it was fun.
The interesting thing with industrial was it really never broke, and even when Nine Inch Nails went into the pop charts, they didn't take other bands with them, like, say, Nirvana did.
Before our record came out, there was no rock band on the top 10, or an important band, so it really took a while, like a year and a half or more, until everything had happened, or after everything had happened, that I really realized, like, wow, I guess we really did kind of make a difference.
Nirvana's Nevermind album did go on to change the face of pop music, and since its release in September of '91, alternative music has been a major force on radio, MTV, and the national concert circuit. Of course, 120 Minutes has been showcasing underground music for 10 years now, and after the break, the 120 faithful will get a chance to walk down memory lane. And for those of you who haven't lucked into MTV Sunday Night Alternative, we'll show you what you've been missing. Stick around. 120 Minutes, a decade on the edge. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jake, and if you like stupid television, then you'll love Squirt TV. What's the farthest you've ever gone with a guy?
What do you call third base?
What do you call third base?
Now, how are you asking me this? I'm married. Like, how far have you ever gone with a girl?
When the Squirt TV came to live out the name and to perform.
That's the way, I like it, yeah.
Squirt TV on MTV. Tonight at 11:30, right before 120 Minutes.
I'm Matt Pinfield, and welcome back to 120 Minutes, a decade on the edge. Since 120 debuted back on March 10th, 1986, we've covered dozens of events and festivals, had hundreds of artists by our studio, and played thousands of great alternative music videos. Unfortunately, we'd be here for days if we showed you everything we've done, and as much as we'd like to do just that, we just don't have the time. So here's a quick look back at some highlights from 10 years of 120 Minutes.
Are you ready for 120 Minutes?
I always remember 120 Minutes being the hippest program on MTV.
I'm continually surprised, how much they do push the envelope.
It was all the bands that I cared about, all in a row. And it was so exciting. It felt like you were getting like this huge, I loved it. It was like a big, fabulous 19-course dinner.
It's the alternative thing on MTV.
This is the greatest show of all time.
120 Minutes was originally conceived as a dumping ground for light rotation videos.
We were talking about programs that were on Sunday nights, and somebody said, oh, it was 60 minutes, and somebody said 120 minutes.
Like 60 minutes, 120 minutes, only twice as long.
It was without form and void to begin with. It was, it was either 120 minutes or a dumping ground for light rotation videos.
The playlist was just crap. And it was like every new artist that had to be played and was called new music.
Schoolie D and Code Money, 120 minutes.
What I said to the people at MTV was, let's give it a focus.
Hi, this is Pete Shelley.
We're Dump Truck. Hi, I'm Michael Bean from The Call.
I'm Andy Fletcher.
I'm Dave Garn, and we're Depeche Mode. You've got the Bodines here.
120 minutes.
7,200 seconds into the future.
We're Sonic Youth. We live in Manhattan where we don't get cable, and even if we did, we couldn't afford it anyway.
My first recollection of 120 minutes was flipping through the TV and seeing Kim Gordon on top of a train. It was so shocking for me to see Sonic Youth on television that I stayed. I watched the rest of the video, and then they came on and said it was 120 minutes, so that was probably like the first time that I remember seeing it.
Just kind of in your way around to see if that cool video by the Replacements was going to come on with the speaker. This is the cigarette and the speaker.
Pretty much everyone hosted it at one point or another. We basically ran the gamut of MTV talent. Alan Hunter had a long stint, about a year. Julie Brown did a couple. Who else was around? Carolyn Heldman. Everyone sort of had a fling, and then Kevin Seal was the first real host.
Kevin Seal with you for 120 minutes of underground action.
I think when Kevin Seal took over and his kind of biting wit and manic energy kind of came on the screen, I think that that's when I felt that 120 had found its face.
Hello, Sinead, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Little mousy wee Sinead. Little Irish girl with a shaved head.
Can we ask you one more question? Yes, of course.
Just a second, Sinead.
What? Now I can't ask her that. It's about your hairstyle.
What did she say? Do you remember?
That's what she said.
Sir, do you shave your head, or are you naturally
Do you
bald?
shave your face? That's
I
what
do.
I want to know.
Do you shave your legs? And no, I haven't for years.
Ooh. Pan down.
This is Johnny Marr. You're watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
Hey, I'm Mojo Nixon.
A bit country.
And I'm a little bit confused.
Hi, we're the Dead Milkmen.
John Lydon, you know you're in for a treat. I'm Kevin Seal, and this is John Lydon.
You'd call me rotten.
This is Rotten Lydon.
Shiver me timbers if it isn't the Red Hot Chili Peppers. All giving me a very nasty look in the eye.
When I first started hosting the show, in a sense I had more control, but I actually felt more out of control.
Are we really begging on our knees? Please, 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 please.
First time MTV said they'd play Down in It on 120 minutes, we were just, yeah, I mean, we've made it. You know, never thought we'd get that.
How does Trent Reznor's mother hang up his Christmas stocking? Answer, with a 9-inch nail.
Just look at him, he's suffering.
Yeah.
He suffers all the time. Look.
I mean, are you a miserable bastard, basically?
No, not really. No, I am. So, today, a bit, yeah.
Tina Weymouth is here, Joey Ramone is here, Jerry Harrison is here, and Debbie Harry is here. My co-host on 120 Minutes tonight is Mr. Iggy Pop. How many times have people asked you whether you've sold out in the past few months, now that you have a major label deal?
You're the first.
I don't believe that. It's MTV's 120 Minutes. Andrew Eldridge of the Sisters of Mercy is here. The Replacements have just wrapped up a tour of America with the Cornells. And right here, I'm talking to Tommy Stinson, the bassist.
Stomp.
It's 109 degrees, but Arizonans have shown up in force for the opening date of Lollapalooza.
I want everybody to just, meet each other and know each other, like a big body of musicians that all know each other. Only good things can come of it.
Look, bands like us don't get attracted to tours like this. We get asked. I mean, we don't snap our fingers and go, and we'll be on that tour, see?
This ain't a planet of sound. This ain't a planet of sound. This ain't a planet of sound. This ain't no rock and roll.
The Rockumentary, the first look back on the Stone Temple Pilots and their rise to stardom. When the critics panned them, they went gold. When they wanted to break up, they broke new ground.
There's something really beautiful that happens when the four of us get together and make music.
MTV visits the set of their new video Big Bang Baby and brings the whole band together for an exclusive interview. The Stone Temple Pilots Rockumentary, Tuesday at 12, 3, 6, and 10.
These sods are Nirvana. Woo! Ow, you hurt my arm.
Hey, you, man.
Biggest star in this room is Courtney Love.
Can we get a close-up of Courtney Love? Yes.
Courtney Love.
Hi.
Everybody.
Hi, I'm Darcy.
And I'm Billy from the Smashing Pumpkins.
Checking the cell structure, checked.
I don't see a camera.
Oh, there's the camera.
Oh, there's the camera. Okay. I'm Kurt Loder.
And I'm Tabitha Soren.
Together, we're Kurt and Tabitha.
One of the bands playing live at the CMJ Music Marathon is Live.
To us, you know, modern rock or alternative band, that was pretty much so as big as you could get at that time, was 120 minutes.
I'm Dave Kendall, this is John Rotten, and we would like to welcome you to sunny Tijuana.
Jesus, it's Elvis. Now that's the reason I'm here. Sheer bad taste.
Welcome to the Special Events Center in Tampa, Florida. Opening date on MTV's 120 Minutes Tour with Blind Melon, Live, Public Image Limited, and Big Audio Dynamite 2.
If I have my time again, I will do it all the same.
If you had your time again, would you really do it all the same?
Well, I'm gonna have to just off the record one. This one.
It's live on the slide, and this is how you warm up for your shows, right?
This is how we warm up for our shows at the Special Events Center in Tampa.
I hated the idea when I first heard it. Oh my God, how awful. And I thought MTV were going to try and turn this into like old granddads of punk reunion, kind of sad sack event. Luckily, I'm far too intelligent for that kind of crap.
I'm tired of me this way.
This is, you know, definitely the year for alternative music. You know, it's cool that you guys put together something like this.
It's
Stop that, it's silly!
Robert Smith, you lied to us, man. You told us The Cure were never going to tour again.
I meant it at the time, it wasn't a lie. It wasn't a calculated lie anyway. I was just mistaken.
Andy, what's the most outrageous thing you've ever done in a park?
Cut.
Oh, come now.
I understand this is a family show.
I think so, you jest.
Courtney Love is the best sex I've ever had.
Yes, most definitely.
You're the one for me. Fatty, you're the one I really, really love.
Lollapalooza was one of the hottest tours of the summer.
I'm the host tonight, and I'm going to introduce all the group.
Anyway, this is Max's television debut. Easy there. Did I say we're from Cracker?
Let's get off this. Get on with it. If you want to change the world, shut your mouth and start to spin it. Get off this. Get on with it. If you want to change the world, shut your mouth and start to spin it.
I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus. So we are all Spartacus from Bush, and we are guest hosting 120 Minutes tonight.
120 minutes.
Good evening and good morning. Lewis Largent with you for 120 Minutes on MTV. The
Hosting the show is a lot harder than it looks. People are fierce about the show. They're just like, they're so hardcore, religious about it. And it's like you're just coming in and like
it's just like you're like a stranger in like the world they hold so dear to them. Once you walk in, it's like, you know, it's like you just kicked their girlfriend out of the house or something like that.
Okay, we're backstage, or actually back by the, what would you call this, Les? A lake?
It's a cow pond.
You're Christopher, aren't you?
I'm afraid so.
Okay, and this guy playing the juice harp here?
That's the link.
He's the missing link.
The link.
I'm Thurston Moore of Sonic Youth, your guest host for 120 Minutes Tonight. And now I'm joined by both Beck and Beastie Boy Mike D.
Stop abusing all the peoples. Gotta lay off that stuff.
Hello? Hey, you guys making fun of me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, okay. Billy Joe, Trey, and Mike. One of the surprise stories of the year. What could be the big story of 1994 Green Day?
I just heard from Tribe Called Quest that something of yours got stolen in Philadelphia. What was that?
You gotta bring that up. There was our basketball hoop that some hooligans took from us, Jennifer, and we really want to know if you could get that back for us, because we've been crying ever since.
Well, you know what? I have it right up my butt. I don't think a lot of people know that you used to be a hairdresser.
No, that's why I'm trying to do you up here real good.
Ow! You're pulling the knots.
My favorite episode of 120 Minutes was the episode that I hosted with my friend Donal, who is better known to people as the cab driver guy. We enacted scenes from The Godfather at close range and Scarface.
Don't kill me, Tony! Tony!
I'm not gonna kill you, Frank.
Oh, thank you, Tony! Thank you, Tony!
Manolo, shoot that piece of poopy.
No! 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 Oh, please, no!
I'm Hugo, man of 1,000 faces. I'm yard boy to the Newt Gingrich estate. I'm Peter Falk. This is my ear. Hi, I'm Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now. I'm the founder of Mad Magazine. My name is Dr. No. Michael Jordan. My name is Mahatma Gandhi. I'm Ed Kowalczyk and Peter Garrett from Midnight Oil. Hi, I'm Rush Limbaugh, the horror.
120 minutes backstage at the Reading Festival. And here we are with White Zombie, Jay, and Rob from said band.
Hello.
Who are actually...
How are you?
Want to swing in a watershed? Want to live in a flower house? Like a guy with a silver blast? Keep on digging a cat!
I just want to tell you, I do watch the show, and I do enjoy watching because you're very knowledgeable.
You're a real person, you know, that's real important.
Lou, thanks for coming by. It was great to have you.
Sure.
All right, and
real pleasure. I'm real glad I was talking to you.
I like the direction the show is going in because it's still doing all the young groups, and it's being hosted by someone who really knows about the music and who's responsible and who did what and how it got there and what the background of a group is. So I think it's going in a really terrific direction.
Man, that guy's the coolest. And Lou, we feel exactly the same way about you. And 120 Minutes will continue to bring you 2 hours into the future of alternative music video every Sunday at midnight, 11 Central, as long as there are music fans out there who want more out of life than glossy pop artists and cheesy hair bands. I'm Matt Pinfield, and on behalf of the folks here at 120 Minutes, thanks for supporting alternative music. We'll see you at midnight.
As an added bonus to 120 Minutes, a decade on the edge, keep it here for the best of 120 Minutes live, coming up next.
Yes, you were. Oh, now, baby, now.